On Wednesday, a human rights activist was shot dead as she got into her car in the southern Iraqi city of Basra, where violent anti-government protests have taken place in recent weeks. Swat al-Ali, head of an organization called Al-Weed al-Alayami for Human Rights, had supported the protests. An unidentified man opened fire at Swat al-Ali, killing her and reportedly wounding her husband. Tara had made her name on Instagram, where she had built a huge fan base and personal brand, specializing in fashion and beauty. But she had also won praise for her commentary on the reality of daily life in Iraq, where conservative attitudes towards women and fixed gender roles persist. Following the announcement, fans began posting tributes on social media, with many hailing her bravery and openness on the issue of women's rights. Tara, whose posts on the site feature tattoos, different hair colors and adventurous clothes, was a victim of her fame and targeted because of her lifestyle, Twitter users wrote. I am beyond disappointed and hurt after hearing about another tragic loss in Iraq. Tara Fairs, a model and social media influencer, was gunned down in broad daylight in Baghdad, one said. A young Iraq model was simply enjoying and loving life like other pretty girls. Unfortunately, she got shooted, sick, and killed by few militants. I am truly heartbroken and saddened by such a tragic news, another wrote. This Thursday it was Tara. Next Thursday, who will it be? A third tweeted. Anyone who finds excuses for those who kill a girl, just because she had decided to live like most other girls on the planet, is an accomplice to her murder, wrote Ahmed al-Bashir, an Iraqi satirist who lives in exile in Jordan after having faced death threats.
Shalom, Yasharala. I'm going to give infinite honors to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai. I'm going to give double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone. And salutation and greetings to you, sincere I can pushing this truth across the four winds. I'm going to do this sit down about how Esau goes throughout the earth using the CIA and these armies, his military, to push democracy across the planet and just straight up turn out other nations. All right. Now, on this clip, it was talking about this Ishmaelite, but we all know if you're up on the times and you're up with culture and how life is in the Middle East, and most of those countries in the Middle East where Ishmael lives, like in Yemen, Saudi Arabia, I think they got turned out already, but like Yemen, Iran, Iraq, and a lot of countries like that. All right, it's still just like it was in ancient days. Afghanistan, they still live according to their customs they did in ancient days. And Ishmael was taught the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High, and for the most part, he keep them, you know. But then you got this guy, this Johnny Come Lately America, which is going to everybody's landmass, and what does he do? He brings them McDonald's, he brings them democracy, and he comes in and teach the women, tell them they should be liberated and they should become whores like the women over here. And voila, now you got doctors that could go over there and treat STDs, herpes, and all these motherfucking diseases. Okay, those Middle Eastern countries don't have those problems. They don't have an AIDS epidemic over there in Iraq and Iran compared to over here in America. All right, they don't have STDs just running rapid, herpes, chlamydia, and one of them trichotillomania or some shit you can't pronounce. They don't have those issues over there because for the most part, those guys marry virgins. They live according to the Mosaic law. All right, women aren't able to get abroad, and and if a woman is caught in an adulterous affair, she's put to death. All right, but America's going to go over there, and as you can see in this clip through Instagram and social media, and they're going to liberate their women, so called. Now this little bitch, she's been Americanized, so she go over there wearing short skirts, different colored hair, and she's gonna go around the motherfucking crazy ass Ishmaelites and promote the whoredoms that are and the way women carry themselves over here in the West. She's gonna promote it over there. She was driving a Porsche, got killed in a Porsche, you know, and those Ishmaelites over there, they're not taking it. But what they don't know, America, they're gonna send their armor over there and push that vibration because over there in Saudi Arabia, it's legal for women to drive now. I agree with that. Women shouldn't be able to drive. Women shouldn't be able to be out at when the sun goes down, gadding abroad. But hey, this is what this devil does. Let me bring out this precept. I'm going to start at the top. Micah 2 verse 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. And this is what the evil do, man. They don't like to see people happy and living in unison and not dancing to their vibration. They want this earth homosexual. They want the whole nation homosexual, metrosexual, pedophilia running rapid. All right? Esau is more violent than the earth, and he wants the whole earth vile, okay? So he works upon his bed how he could spread his philosophy upon the planet Earth. When the morning is light, they practice it because it's in the power of their hand. The earth is getting into the hand of the wicked. So he said he's just going to defile this motherfucker till he can't defile it no more. All right? He's going to subdue the nations and force the LGBT lifestyle on the nation and force pedophilia on the nation. He's going to shove it down your throat like he does over here in America. All right? And the Ishmaelites say they're not having it. They're going to kill them hoes to try to raise up and liberate their women to be whores and harlots. Okay? Verse 2, and they covet fields and take them by violence. America is over there in Iraq. They haven't left since they went over there 10, 11, 12 years ago. They have engineers over there raping them for their oil right now as we speak. All right, so you have military troops over there still, okay? But they're on the point where they want to liberate their women. Oh, it's a shame how they make women cover their body and they can't be free. They can't be. All you doing is liberating the women to be whores. That's it. That's the American way. All right. They cover fields and take them by violence and houses, and they take them away. So they oppress a man and his house. So they're going to go on these people's land, all right, give them Instagram, give them McDonald's, give them Facebook, all right, and push their philosophy and way of life on these people that haven't lived that way and have never lived that way in the past ages, never. And you're going to force your ways upon them. That's oppression, all right? But those people deal with it. In Iran, man, they make public examples. They kill you in front of everybody, even a man in his heritage. So they're gonna go over there and take these people's heritage, how they've been living for eons, and tell them, no, you're gonna live like us now. Your women, they can drive, they can dress like harlots, they can have sex with multiple men, and you're gonna put them on a pedestal. All right. These are the times we're living in, and that's a prime example how the other nations still have more integrity than us so-called Negroes, Native Americans, and Latin-speaking people of the earth. They doing what the law told them to do. The law say put them down. If a woman's a harlot, she's supposed to be put down, and they put that bitch down. This is Deuteronomy 22 verse 21. All right. All right, this is Deuteronomy 22, verse 20. But if the things be true, and in this scripture, it's talking about a woman that's espoused, if she was out being a harlot and being a whore, this is what's supposed to happen to her. But if this thing be true and the tokens of the virginity be not found for the damsel, and this is what they do this until this day over there in Baghdad. If a woman's not a virgin when her father gives her away in marriage and she's been out frolicking, being a whore, all right, this is how they do them. Then they shall bring the damsel to the door of the house, the door of her father's house, and the men of that city shall stone her with stones that she die, because she have wrought folly in Israel. I mean, it's a foolish thing for a woman to go from man to man. That's folly. That's wickedness. All right? It's a foolish thing for a woman to dress promiscuous. All right? Put pounds of makeup on, wear the skimpiest clothes she could wear, and come out and frolic abroad amongst men. That's folly and shame. That's shameful to a man if your daughter conducts herself like that, or your wife or your sister conducts herself like that. You're supposed to put them to death. That's biblical, okay? To play the whore in her father's house. If she plays the whore in her father's house, her brother's house, or her husband's house, we put those women to death. What those Ishmaelites did, that was lawful according to the laws and statutes and commandments of Yahweh Shem Shai. And that's what we're going to do in these last days when our great king come back. We're going to force those laws on the planet again. It's not going to be how this white man has made it, okay? This so-called white man. So that thou shalt put that evil away from among you. They put that harlot to death, man. They purge that evil away from them. Because when one hoe when these women see one hoe do it, they're going to think they can do it. All right? Oh, we're not getting treated fair. We want the same rights as men. All right? That's not scriptural. That's not biblical. All right? Equal rights for women, you're not going to find that in our scripture. This is a Middle Eastern book. All right, this isn't a westernized book. These holy scrolls was written in the Middle East, man, by Middle Eastern men. All right, I'm gonna go to Sirach. This is Sirach. No, that was Ezra Salaki. I need Sirach 42. Let me see exactly where I go. Okay. All right, I'm gonna start at verse 9. The father waketh for the daughter when no man knoweth. Man, you got to keep watch over your daughter, man. You got to have shackles over your daughter, man. You have to teach your daughter the ways of Yahweh Shem Shai, man. And the care for her taketh away sleep. All right, you have to watch me when your daughter go out and somebody defiled her, she get defiled by men. All right. And she gets defiled by men, you can't do nothing with her, man. You can't sell her or get a dowry away from her. If she goes and let a low life scum nigga have sex with her, all you could do is give it to that nigga and charge the nigga 50 shekels. All right? You're not gonna want to keep her shut up in your house and she's done played the whore. So I mean, it's a hard thing to find your wife, your daughter, and keep her in and keep her holy. When she is young, lest she pass away the flower of her age, and being married, lest she should be hated. All right. So when she get a period and somebody pop her, all right, she'll be hated if she's not a virgin. Ain't no man gonna want to keep her if she's not a virgin. He gonna want to put her to death. All right. In her virginity, be hated. In her virginity, lest she shall be defiled and gotten with child in her father's house, which is a transgression worthy of death. And here in America, that's normal. See, this is frowned upon in the Middle East. These are the holy scrolls. But look, this is a common thing amongst our people now. And having a husband, lest she misbehave herself, and she should be put to death. These women do this. They misbehave and they be found with child in their father's house. Now you got to go look for a flashlight amongst multiple men and find out who's the father. See, we wouldn't do that. We'll just we'll put them dead. We'll kill them. And when she is married, lest she should Salaki. And when she is married, lest she should be barren. Okay? Keep a sure watch over a shameless daughter. When you see your daughter is disobedient in your house and she has that foul American spirit, keep your eye on her, man. All right? Lest she make thee a laughing stock to thy enemies. Because that we dealing with niggas in the society, man. If a nigga can't beat you, outthink you, outmaneuver you mentally. You're a chess player and he's a checkers player, a dumb nigga. All right, what can he do next? He go for your seed. Once he get to your daughter and have his way with your daughter, all right, that's just like shooting your ass. That's just like fucking over you, man. Or your woman, he got you. He have a up on you. If a guy gets your woman, your enemy gets your woman, he has his way with her, or gets your daughter, he have his way with her. You a laughing stock. Shit, in mental gymnastics and well, you having a mental war. Shit, he's winning. Although he hasn't come to you and subdued you physically, that's a he's got your ass, man. That's why, man, you have to raise your daughters in the ways of Yahweh Shemal Shah, or let their asses go. Be like fuck them if they grow up to be like their mothers or something. Lest you make thee a laughing stock to thine enemies. When you have a whore's daughter, you're a laughing stock. And a byword in the city. The men lose respect for you because of when you have a wayward daughter or a whore's wife. And a reproach among the people and make thee ashamed before the multitude. Wow, man, that's heavy, man. So it'll be better to just put the bitch to death. You won't have those problems. Because a good name is far above rubies, man. A whore's daughter in your household makes you look real bad, man. It's a bad look, man. All right? Let me get another precept. And that's what this devil does, man. He turns the whole planet Earth into a cesspool, man. And if you're a man of integrity, if you're a man that has understanding, all right, if you're a man that live according to the scriptures, you're going to be deemed a heretic. You're going to be deemed a madman. All right? Because you're in reality and you live according to the scriptures, they're going to deem you wicked. All right? Because you live in a wicked, perverse world. This is Isaiah 29:16. Surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. Things are turned upside down in this society, man. All right? We live in a wicked motherfucking world, a wicked metropolis. All right? Well, right is wrong and wrong is right. The scriptures say, war to them that call evil good and good evil. All right? And when you listen to that clip, the guy say she was brave because she was living in a conservative world that was hell-bent on gender gender positional gender. Well, what that means is, well, a woman has a place and she only plays that position. I'm roughly paraphrasing, but that's the word he said. Like something's wrong with that. A woman's supposed to have her ass in the house at nighttime, tending to the kids if she don't have children, making sure the house is clean and food is cooked. That's a woman's position, man. All right? In there with her husband, tending to her family. That's it. A woman shouldn't be out on a late nighter, drinking alcohol in some club, popping on the walls. I mean, that's wicked. That's things turned upside down. It wasn't like that in ancient time past. The only women that were women of the night were harlots and whores. Those are the ones when men went out and they wanted to get a harlot or a whore. All right, those are the only type of women was out at night. Good wholesome women were at home, man. All right. Let me get another precept. I should have stayed in Isaiah chapter 60, verse 2. All right. I'm going to start at the top. Arise, shine, for thy light is come, and the glory of Yahweh is rise upon thee. For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people. All right. And that's what this devil has done, man. He, through his philosophy, he's in vain deceit. He has endowed this world with gross darkness. This world is drenched in lies, and its works are abominable, and the people live according to that philosophy. That's why the scripture says gross darkness. The only beacons of light are the men out here pushing these truth week in and week out, giving you sound doctrine. Those are the beacons of light, and they are demonized in a world of gross darkness. Wherever you see light bearers, those men are demonized. Okay? But Yahweh shall arise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon thee. And the Gentiles shall come to the light. All right. A remnant of thy people going to come, and kings to the brightness of thy rising. All right. And that's what's going to happen. Okay. But right now, man, the people with these beacons of light, we're exposing darkness. We're exposing white supremacy, Edomite supremacy. All right. In the land in the valley of shadow of death. All right. We're overturning stumbling blocks and tearing down strongholds. We're telling our women, man, you're supposed to have your body covered. You're supposed to be inside in a decent hour. You're supposed to submit to a man of the Lord. All right? How you see these housewives of Atlanta and women, Cardi B, how they carry themselves, those are whores. That a tender and delicate, honorable woman does not carry herself like that. All right? That's bearing light. That's shedding light. But you're going to be called a square. You're going to be called a heretic when you shed light. So with that, Lord willing to sit down was edifying to the hearers. I'm going to give infinite honors to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, and salutation and greetings to you sincere I can pushing this truth across the four winds. My fellow laborers in Yahweh Shah, Kwam Yasharala, death to America.